Hey everyone, hi, this is Cece Shatz and you're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I thought I'd try something different. I have both of the platform that we normally use going, and I have a watch party going. Now, I don't know how to make the watch party go all on the big screen, so I don't know exactly how that works. But I'm trying to learn it, and just like anything, we've got a learning curve here. Let's see if I can, let's see what it says. Mute video and broadcast. Well, we don't want to do that. So I don't know if you guys can see the other video or not. So we're just going to try to wing it. But I am on Facebook anyhow. I'm on my Facebook page tonight. So if you're having trouble with the watch party and you can't see me, you can just see me on my Facebook page. So I've got to remember to kind of look this way because I've got two cameras going. So, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, as you can see that I am. And because I like to explore, right? I like to explore different things. And I wanted to go on tonight and do something a little bit different out of the norm, because reason being, I'm just going to switch back over here real quick to see if there's anything going on. Oh yeah, here's people talking here. So if you guys want to post, go ahead and post, because I can bring it up on the screen here. And it would be nice to see you. I see Mark there. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you. So if you're on my Facebook stream, you can post and I can bring it up, and that would be really cool. But okay, here we go. I wanted to start talking with you tonight for a couple reasons. One is there's been a lot happening in my world, and I always like to be able to bring my friends in on it. And the other thing is that I think we all have to learn and appreciate each other's journey in life, because really our lives are just about the journey, isn't it? It's exploring oneself, trying to be able to understand what we're doing, what's happening with us. Sometimes we don't really know what's going to happen. And so I wanted to take you back to the beginning of what had transpired with me and what brought me to this area of where I am tonight. And I can't always see you, so if you want to post on if you want to post something, I would love to be able to bring it up and let everyone know. But I wanted to take you back to the beginning of when I started the journey of doing all that I do and the reason why I do it. I went through a tremendous divorce, horrible divorce, which really rocked my universe. During the divorce, I was also going through the beginning stages of cancer, which I didn't realize that I had. I was realizing while I was married towards the end of my marriage that I was sick. Something was wrong, wasn't going right. My ex wasn't treating me right. Things were really difficult. And I don't like to talk about it because I have children, so I don't want to taint their vision of who their father is, nor the relationship of a husband and wife. So I don't necessarily want to focus on that. But what I do want to focus on is the traumas and the difficulties that we experience in life. What propels us into the journey that we have to embark upon. And that's what I wanted to try to focus on tonight as we're talking about our journeys in life. So many of you out there are really in the muckety muck of things, and I totally understand that. I get it. I've been there. I probably am still in there at certain times in my life. And it's like being on a roller coaster ride, right? Sometimes you're climbing up, and you think, okay, I got it. I got what's going on. Things are going pretty good. I got this. And then next thing you know, you're plunging down into nowhere. You don't know what's happening to you, and you're trying to figure it out. That is exactly what my life has been like. It has been a roller coaster ride, and some of it has been very, very joyous, and other times it's been extremely frightening, very terrifying at moments. And so, to bring you back to the beginning, I was going through my divorce, didn't know what I was going to do, I just didn't have an inkling of what my future was going to be holding. I helped my ex-husband through his career, career building, and we had a business, and his business was quite successful. And then all of a sudden I found myself being by myself. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? What am I going to do to make a living? Because now I have to make a living, right? I mean, I wasn't just helping him make a living for us. I was all by myself, trying to fend for myself. And then also going through a very tough time in my life, thinking, am I going to live through this? You know, am I going to make it to the other side of it? But with today's technology, catching that cancer at the very beginning, you know, I believe, I haven't been tested in a while because I'm within that loop of individuals that don't have health care, and that when they do have health care, that what they pay for is not sufficient, but that's a whole nother show. But I do believe that I think I'm fine. Last time I was checked, I was absolutely fine. But here's the thing, is that each step along the way that I took has really brought me to where I am today, which is a very good place in my life, right? I've got a lot of exciting things happening to me. So what I wanted to do is share with you a little bit of that journey. We started the radio program, the radio station, the network, I should say, and it's called Going Solo Network, and it's WGSN-DB, which is a licensed streaming station. It's a radio station. We're on 24/7. We have great shows that are there to be listened to. And then we broadened out into this live TV program. I have been on community TV, which was very scary. I will tell you, those cameras are just horrible. And you have to wear tons and tons of makeup to try to hide every little thing that you have. But I couldn't afford it as much as I loved to do it. And I thought, oh, I'm in my own community. I'm able to broadcast, be able to get things out. I had wonderful guests on, was able to share a few things like that. And that was really nice to do. But then I realized that I couldn't afford that. And so I had to figure out what was my mission. What was I really trying to do? And my thing was I wanted to try to connect as many people as possible going through this very difficult time that I was going through, because I thought, you know what? There's got to be other people out that are suffering like I am. And so I was blessed by joining this divorce support group. And the divorce support group was started up by Katie, and Katie started the group. There was a small number of us, and the group began to grow. Katie decided she no longer wanted to do the group. And so I took it over with another one of my good friends. And then she started into a relationship, Carla, and a beautiful relationship, still in it today. And I'm so happy for her. But then she decided she no longer wanted to do it either. And I felt like I didn't have anything in life but that group, right? And so we started out with My Friends Connect. And so My Friends Connect was really a unit of friends connecting together, trying to get us through one of the toughest times in our lives. So then as I started doing that, I branched out. I decided, I could make this a bit of a business. Maybe I could actually keep the lights on and a roof over my head doing it. Well, I found out over the years that was very difficult for me to do that. So then I decided, someone told me, well, you've got to rebrand yourself. My Friends Connect is too out there. It's not enough. So you need to take something more of a singular, you're going through this as singular role. So my path started going solo, because I'm single. And I'm really embarking on this journey completely by myself, right? I'm my best friend. I have to learn that I have to learn that I'm my best friend. So I took on the branding of Going Solo. And so that's how Going Solo became. Then we started with the radio station. I started with Life Improvement Radio. I love them. They're still here around here today. I started with them. I went on a show with my good friend Connie, and she had a wonderful show, and I went on there with her, and when I came out, they asked me to do a show. I'm thinking to myself, you've got to be kidding me doing this. I didn't know if I would be able to get up in the morning, let alone try to do this show, right? So then I thought, okay, I'll do it. This sounds kind of neat, and maybe it'll bump me into something else in my life. Little did I know, right? So I started doing a show with radio and internet radio. Everything I do is internet. internet based. I've been doing internet long before a lot of people were really doing internet. So I kind of feel like I'm like the grandma of internet. But so I started doing an internet show, and it became quite successful, very successful. I didn't realize that it was successful. I just realized it was something that I was doing that was getting me through that really difficult time in my life. You know how I often tell you that you need to find joy, right? You've got to find something that gives you joy. The radio stuff gave me joy. It gave me a purpose. It gave me a reason to step out of my own gloom and doom and move forward in my life. So I started doing the radio. I paid money. Eventually, I got the show for free, and then I had to start paying money to do the show, which, you know, was very, very burdensome for me because I really didn't have any money. So I was like struggling constantly. But, you know, things just happen when they're supposed to happen. So I started doing that show, and then there was some problems within the station. And so then I was offered another platform on Rhino on Air, and I went on Rhino on Air. Beautiful individual, Anne Marie. And so I was doing the show there for years on her show. And then I wanted to try to branch out and do something different, because I think we need to all do something kind of different in our lives. We need to shake it up, do something, step out of the norm, step out of the box, do something that we just never dreamed of. Because you know what? Our journeys, we don't know where they're going. We just have to kind of keep moving forward with regards to it. So I decided to step out and do the video, and I loved it. I mean, I had such fun, and I was so terrified doing it. But Alex Wadsworth was wonderful. I was on Talkwad Studios, and he was so great. He set up a whole studio for me. We had like a sofa and a chair, and it was awesome. We started having more and more people listening. Things were doing really well. We were even starting to have a live studio audience, which was kind of cool. People were coming in, listening, asking questions, and it was really a hoot. I really loved it. And then things changed in his life, like things just happened. And then he wasn't able to continue doing it. So then I didn't know what I was going to do, but luckily, the Lord provides. And so I then went back to Rhino on Air. So I went back to Rhino on Air, doing what I was doing. And she was also doing some video then, which was really great. And so I was able to get back into more of the video, because I really do feel, and I felt back then, that the video was really the way we were going in internet. It seemed like we were streaming more into that. And I wanted to share with you this tonight, because so many people have laughed at me. So many people have made fun of what I do. So many people have told me that it wouldn't be successful, it wouldn't happen, blah, 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 all this negative stuff. Now, podcasting is the rage, right? I was doing podcasting before we were calling it podcasting. Podcasting is nothing more than an audio recording of a show. That's podcasting. People are making it so elaborate now, but it's just simply and we have it here on WGSN. After we do this show here, we drop it down into a podcast, and I actually edit them. And then I put them up on other platforms. So anyhow, to get back to my story of my journey, because I thought I would share it for you guys this time, because I want it to be an inspiration. I want you guys to think that, you know what, you need to step out of the box, do something that might be uncomfortable for yourself, that who knows, maybe it'll lead you into other arenas of your life, other places in your life. So anyhow, so I went back to Rhino, wonderful lady. We had a great show together. And then I started thinking, there's got to be something more to this. And I was going to my divorce support meetings, and they were telling me, gosh, we love your show and everything, but it's just 1 hour a week. And then I didn't have control of my shows. My shows were owned by the studio, so I couldn't do anything with the shows. A lot of great content that was totally lost with these stations, which is a shame. And so what I did then is I had a meet. We had our divorce support meeting, and we sat down and they said, gosh, if we could just, listen to some of these shows in the middle of the night that would kind of get us through, inspire us, get us through some of those dark times when we need to listen to them, and it'd be more accessible to us. If that would be just awesome. So I started thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I am blessed to have wonderful friends in my life. Absolutely the greatest. And Chuck, he came through, Chuck Bryant, he came through, and he constantly comes through. He helps me constantly with everything. He's my kind of go-to guy, and I love him for it. And he's got just the biggest heart. So anyhow, so I went to Chuck and I said, Chuck, what can I do to bring my show to more of a forum where people can actually access it when they need to access it, have it more available to them? Not only, and how can I bring other shows, like I have other great people that I come across, like all these wonderful guests that I come across. They're wonderful coaches and mentors, and they have a presence about them. They have a vision of where they want to go in life, what they want to do, not only their own personal journeys, but how they want to reach out and help other people. How can I bring that forward so that I can share this with other people that are going through the difficulties that I myself are going through, and my divorce support group? So he put his wonderful, thinking hat on and put together something for me. And Going Solo Network was born, WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network. And we have to, by, I guess, regulation rules, we have to say WGSN-DB so many times because it is a live streaming station. But the other thing is what we do is now we take that particular show and we play it on other affiliates. Like we have Speaker and SoundCloud and Mixcloud and Radio, Radio Network. We're on WTEK. We're on what is it? KK. It's a new station. It's KTTY Country. We've been noted in our own streaming field on our country station as the #1 other show. We've just branched out. People are listening. When I added up how many listeners we had thousands of listeners. Not necessarily in this particular broadcast here, right here on Facebook, but we get listeners later on down the road. We get listeners in the middle of the night that can't sleep, and they pull us up and they listen to our shows. We get listeners that are loyal to us, that listen to us all. Hey, I see Eric Rummel on here. Hey, how are you, Eric? Nice to see you. I'm switching back and forth between platforms, so if I miss something, and I see Arnie on here, Sally. Oh yes, it's really great to see all of you guys on here. Bella was on here for a little bit. But so here we do. So we've opened this platform up to a lot of other hosts. And so what we have over the year, we've got dating experts, we've got divorce experts, we've got inspirational people, we have religious station, we got a wonderful Living on Purpose Ministries. It's a wonderful one. I get so much. Her show is on today at 3:00. I get so much from her show. Every show that I listen to, I get something from it. And I figure to myself, if I get something from it, you're going to get something from it. So it's really great. We're capturing, and what I love, it's not just a woman's station. Everybody thinks, it's just a woman's station. Totally not a woman's station. We have more male listeners than ever. We have involved in our divorce support group that we have, I would say it's 50-50, men and women. But what is so amazing to me is how the men contribute to what is happening. And so this is the thing. This is the reason why I do this. It's because people step up out of their box. They do something totally different, and they're willing to not only do that, but help other people. Woo, get that. Check that out. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So now let's talk about the next step, because we want to make sure I don't go over my time. So the next step, I started thinking, well, if this is so good, and we are really capturing our Tampa Bay area people, what can we do to step out to be able to do other things? Now, this is a joy, I will tell you. Sometimes I reach and I listen to everybody's stuff that comes by. A lot of people that have passed through my life, I watch them and see what they do. And what I start seeing is people doing what I'm doing. They're copying what I do. And so often you would ask yourself, would you be insulted by that? Absolutely not. Two things. Well, I think two things that come to mind is, number one, I'm on the right trail, right? I'm on the right track for me. I know I'm doing something good because nobody copies you. If you're doing something bad, who copies it? Nobody. But when somebody's copying you, you're doing the right thing. The other thing is, it also shows me that I have a vision beyond what I could possibly anticipate or expect. And so when we're looking at our lives, we live within the moment of our lives, right? Which is totally what we need to do to get by. But we don't always live beyond that vision of what we can project what we think our lives can be. So that leads me to believe that we have so much more in store for us that we do not anticipate, we do not expect, we do not think will happen. So we need to step out of our box a little bit and think bigger and better and more beyond anything else. So I have my vision, and I will share it. So if those of you want to copy me, I would say don't. I would say join me, don't be silly and cut out on your own and try to do something that somebody else is trying to do. Join it, join forces, unite, because that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to unite people together to be able to step forward into their lives, step beyond their ever expectations. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build together a singles network. And what I mean by that is so many people laughed at me when I said, oh, singles network. Let me share with you a little story they had this week for me. I reach out, because I wanted some really good hosts that are on hosts, but also guests that are on the show. And I reached out to this lady and I thought, oh, she would be great for our business showcase, right? I love what she did. She's a yoga instructor. And I thought, you know what? We're all thinking about being healthy, what we need to do to be able to get ahead. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, would you like to be a guest on the show? She came back and laughed at me. Can you believe it? She came back, she typed, oh, haha, I've been married for 31 years. And I don't think I would be very good for on your show. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, check this out. And, and often we get this, oh, you're single, oh, you're divorced. We hear it. Us divorced people, we hear it all the time. We're single people, we hear it all the time. It's like, what are we, like the misfits or something like that? And she said that to me, I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Here I'm reaching out to her. I'm offering her an opportunity to be on a platform where thousands of people listen, okay? And she's laughing at me, telling me that she doesn't want to be on it because she's married. So I went back to her, and if she hears this show, she's probably going to be a little bit, because I'm not having her on the show because I couldn't believe the attitude. So attitude check, number one. So I went back to her and I said, so I guess you're your only client. And then she's like, whoa. And I said, I would think that being a yoga instructor, you would have single clients. Your market would be single people who definitely want to be healthy. We want to look good. We want to get out there dating. I would think a yoga instructor would hop on that opportunity. But you're not interested, so thank you very much. Ha, ha, ha. Just what I said right after her thing. But she came back to me and apologized and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Her vision, right, of what we were, number one, she didn't take the opportunity to look at our station, look at the quality of individuals that we have on our shows, nor the quality of individuals that listen to us. She didn't take any of that in consideration when she insulted me as being a single woman, a single businesswoman, and being a divorced woman. And so what is up with that? So again, as I'm sharing this with you, I'm sharing it simply because I think it's very, very important that when people laugh at you, that you just need to step away, move forward, and continue doing what you want to do, what you feel you need to do, what you feel your journey is that you need to do. Because we all have a place on the earth. We all have a path that God has given us, right? And I am very religious, and maybe some people aren't, but I do believe that we are given this path, and we'll weave and wind, and we'll go any which way. We'll climb through the window instead of through the door. We'll do all that we need to do, but walk through the door, go through the straight path, So what I'm sharing with you is if you dig deep within yourself, you know what it is that your purpose is. You know what you need to do in life. And that's what you need to do. Okay. And you need to get away from people like that, ha-ha, you know, the ones that won't let you in their home because you're divorced. You believe that? I can share that with you. My older sister, when I first got divorced, wouldn't allow me in her home because I was a divorced person. Can you believe that? That was years ago. Because I was divorced. Not because my husband cheated on me, was abusive, was, you know, I put up with it for years. No, that wasn't considerate. What was bad is that I ended up getting a divorce from him. So the thing is don't let other people judge you. Don't let them design your future for you. Don't let them tell you what you can do and what you can't do. If you've got a vision, you stay fast within it. Get united with wonderful friends that will help you and promote you and move you forward. The ones that won't, step aside from them because they're not good in your life, right? So now this brings me to what we are doing, right? And I know I've talked about it a little bit. Let me go back to this other platform here. It's kind of hard going back and forth because I'm not very good at this kind of stuff. But so that brings me to going solo next step. I had decided that there's got to be a way to broaden out from our local community here, which I love so dearly. But there's got to be a way to reach other people that are struggling within divorce, those that are not only struggling within divorce, but trying to figure out what this path is for them. Because that was the hardest thing for me, was trying to figure out, what am I going to do now for the rest of my life? What am I going to do? I still feel that I'm young. I know my age doesn't, but I still feel it. But I still feel I'm young. I feel I have a lot to conquer. I have a lot to love to give. I've got just a lot of things going on, and I feel like my life isn't over, you know. Sure, I could have went to go live with my son, and I have beautiful grandchildren. I have gorgeous grandchildren. They are so just the cutest little things, and they're good people and good little people. And my son and my daughter-in-law are just raising them up really great. And I could have probably went there and lived, right? You know, I could have lived with them. My son had opened his door for me, and he said, if you want to come here and live, Mom, you can come here and live and help take care of the kids, which would have been a blessing to take care of them. But I felt like that wasn't my life yet. You know, my life wasn't quite over yet. I didn't want my son to feel like he had to take care of me, nor did I feel like I was ready to kind of give up, you know? So I had to try to figure it out. So the radio station gave me a great boost. It gave me something to really focus on, something to keep moving forward in some of the darkest times of my life. It allowed me to be creative, right? So I make the artwork for our shows. I do a lot of the editing for the shows. I don't know how to do the video yet, but I'll learn it eventually. But you know, our listeners don't care, because all they care about is the content of it. They care about the inspiration that moves them through today, through tomorrow, maybe even to tonight, right? That's what they care about. They want to know that some other people have had it tough and they can make it through. I have had it tough through, you would not believe. I have been homeless. I have been penniless. It's just unbelievable what my life has gone through this 10-year span that I've endured. I was supposed to get, alimony, didn't get it for 5 years. I went through all of the gamuts, all of the troubles and the hard times to get me to where I am today. And so when I look back on those things, sure, I can be harsh about it. I can think bad things. I can say bad things. And believe me, I can cuss like a sailor. I just like everybody else. But it's not going to get me anywhere, is it? What's going to get me somewhere is my future of where I'm going to go, my going solo next step. That's what's going to get me to the future. That's what's going to propel me into becoming who I am meant to be, right? Just like you. It's what's your going solo next step is going to propel you into being who you're going to be. And what I love so much too about this venue that we have, this radio station, this, Facebook Live, all of this stuff that we do, is that not only, we have a call, but I'm not going to take it now. But not only do we touch singles, but we touch individuals, right? I have had many married people contact me and say, you know what, I love the inspiration, because the biggest message they get from our station is that you have to grow from within. Not you have to be a better partner to your partner, Maybe that's so. Not to be that that you're lacking in something. Are we? I don't think so. But what the station brings you is the part that you have to be good to you. You have to be honest to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. And your partner who loves you is certainly going to want the very same thing. And so that's the beauty of this station. And so we have a lot of married people listening to our shows too, because they realize, and as I'm moving forward in my life, I realize that going solo is not necessarily about being single, but it's about being true to myself, right? It's about being who I am to myself. I heard a show just recently on Facebook. I watch a lot of these live things that pop up on the screen, and Trish Andreessen came on, and she's doing a warrior, something about weight. And I joined the group because what she said I thought was very touching there. What she said was that it wasn't really about losing weight. Sure, we can all lose weight. I mean, most people can. I mean, really skinny people, maybe they can't. Maybe they need to be the opposite. Sometimes it's the opposite effect. But what she was talking about was not just releasing yourself of the weight on our body, but also the weight within our spirit, right? The weight within our mind, the weight we carry on our shoulders. And I realized when she said that, I totally get it, because that's what I've been about the whole time. Going solo is not necessarily about being single. It's about uniting singles. And it's about having singles really, really think deep about their own lives and really inspire themselves to be better than what they could possibly even think they could be, right? Reach beyond of what they could do. Look for the joy beyond whatever sadness they might endure or be enduring and going through. But look beyond that and realize that their future is so bright and it's so clear if we would just look through the glass, right? If we would just look through, put our glasses on and just look through. And so that is what going solo is about. It started out with My Friends Connect uniting, and it ended up with us realizing that what we have to do is we have to take care of ourselves. Just like, when they say when you're boarding an airplane and they tell you things that you need to do, first thing, okay, if the oxygen things come on, put it on yourself first, because you don't want to be passing out and then you can't help your kids, right? Or your fellow passengers. Put the oxygen on yourself first. And the reason they would do that is because you got to take care of yourself. Arnie Fonseca said this so clearly on a show just recently. He said, you got to take care of yourself first. And so often we don't do that. And I think as we're traveling through some of these dark times, trying to figure out where in the heck we're going, right? We don't always take care of ourselves first. And so sometimes I think we need to. I think most definitely we need to. So going solo, even though I think it has a ring to it, kind of flashy, and it's kind of a cool brand, but it's more than that. It's much more than that. And so it's not only uniting our friends together to bond together so as we can move forward into the next phase of our lives that we want to belong to or we want to go to. And believe me, it's where we want to be, okay? It's also about nurturing our spirit within, trying to figure out what is really good for us. So many people are on drugs today. Suicide rate is high. Divorce rate is high. There's all these negative things that are going on. And I think it's because we're not honestly being true to ourselves. We watch TV and we're in some sort of fantasy land. And we think that everyone's life is all perfect and wonderful. And then we look at our lives and we think, oh, geez, I might as well just pull the ripcord right now. But the reality is that's not reality. This is reality. And so when we can focus on ourselves and we can move forward in our lives, as I have learned that I have to do, then we can raise our vibration to another level and we can have really goodness come into our lives. And so that's what we're trying to do. So as I am sharing with you a little bit about my past, I don't like to go into a lot of negative stuff because that's not where I am, right? That's where I was. That's where I traveled from. and where I've traveled to today. And so what I want to do is I want to reach out to you guys, and I want you to come with me. And I want to bring you forward into this new phase that I'm going into. And I'm really, really excited about it. I am stepping in and I'm joining and uniting singles together. So that lady out there that laughed at me, yeah, we'll see who has the last laugh, right? Because that is something you never do to anyone. You never laugh at them, you know. If you're a good person from within, you want to raise someone else up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bond together. We're going to bond together right here in our local area, which of course has been my Friends Connect Divorce Support Group, which we've been going for a long time now. We're still here. I tried to branch it out into the Sarasota area. I found it to be difficult because I didn't have the facility that I had. I wasn't allowed to really do a lot with. It's cumbersome as to where I want to really take us. And so what I'm going to ask for you to do is I want to ask for you to join me. I'm opening up a brand new site. It's called Going Solo Next Step. Going Solo Next Step is created for singles, by helping them to be able to move through some of this transition that we're going through in our life. And so it's taking you from divorce, through relationship loss, through traveling through that transition of really finding out who you are, what makes you tick, where you want to go, right? It connects you with singles around not only our area here in the Tampa Bay area, but I'm hoping nationwide. This site is going to be a nationwide site. It's a membership site, so you'll need to join it and be a part of it. Like anything, if you do not participate, you will not receive, okay? That's just the way it works. I found it over and over and over again. If you want to participate in your life, good things will start happening. But if you don't, then all you can do is sit back and cry, poor me, right? But if you don't participate in your life, so the more you participate in your life, the more change and evolving it will happen for you. So Going Solo Next Step is going to take you through that transition of figuring out who you are, who you want to be, and what your path is. But it's going to also take you through to transition of dating. So you think to yourself, I may not be ready for dating now. I get it. You know, I've been on that roller coaster ride up and down trying to figure out the dating arena myself. And you know what I've realized? It's not the dating sites. It's not the people that you're meeting. It's you. And it's me, right? Because there's still more healing, there's more awareness, and there's more connection that needs to take place before we can really be and know the right one, right? So this site is called Going Solo Next Step. It is up now. It is not perfect. I will tell you, it is built on a shoestring. I mean, my finances were extremely low, so I just did the best I could do. So it's up there, but it'll allow you to be able to connect. You're going to connect with wonderful mentors, coaches, counselors, those people that are willing to give you some free time to be able to talk to. So if you're going through something in your transition that you're struggling with, the door is open and they will talk to you. They may suggest later on down the road, they may suggest a different program that maybe you want to try doing, maybe a book to read, you know, maybe further one-on-ones, whatever. It will depend upon what's going on for you and what you need, what your needs are. But these individuals are all people that I've connected with throughout my time of my journey, right? Some of them have been around in my life for a long time, and they've just hung in there. They've been steadfast, and they've helped me through really some of the darkest times of my life. And they've been there for me. So they're also on the site. What we're going to do is we're going to connect in a forum. We've got these really great forums that it's all, gosh, you've got like Dumpy, Dumper, all of these really great ways that we can talk to each other. We're going to connect. We'll have profiles just like a normal dating site would have. We'll have profiles that we can connect there. We can chat with each other. It's in a safe environment, so we're right there online. The website is being monitored, so if there's any crazy stuff going on, You just let me know, and man, we'll kick them right out. So it's no problem with that. So we, just like anything in life, anything you deal with the internet, you have wackos. So you just got to know that. And we just got to stay, diligent on our watching and making sure that we're safe. But here's the thing, is that not only do you get to connect, you get to chat with each other, you get the forum so you can talk to each other about different things and different problems that you may have. You get groups that you get to join, and more groups are going to be joining. We're going to be growing and expanding that. So more groups in which you can do, like if you like to go out dancing, if you like to do that, there's going to be just singles connecting, awesome singles connecting. There's going to be a divorce one. There's going to be different ones that you can join. So those individuals you can connect with that are going through some of the same things that you're going through, so you guys can kind of unite in what's happening. Because I have found that when you're uniting with each other and growing, it's just a tremendous thing. So then we're going to be doing that. We're going to be having events that we're going to be doing. We got a couple of directors where I'm going to be posting up Doyenne and her husband. She's going to be helping out. Lindy is going to be our director. She's going to be helping us with some of that. We're going to be doing some evening entertaining stuff. It's just going to be, I'm hoping that nationwide, we're going to be in your area and we're going to be growing like crazy. And what I'm going to ask for you to do is, if you want to be a part of the growth of it, step up and let me know. Let's make you an organizer in your area. Let's get it together and make it happen for you, so that you can participate in the growth of your path, right? That's what it's all about. And then we're going to be kicking off a brand new dating site here soon. And I'm excited about that, but we'll see what happens with that, because I can't talk about that now. But and then Facebook doesn't like us to talk about that kind of stuff. But I will tell you that Going Solo Next Step is not a dating site, and it is not there for dating. Are people going to meet and maybe connect? Sure. They have in my divorce support group, and they've gone on and they've had wonderful marriages, wonderful lives, children, and it's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. So I'm not going to say that maybe. Would you meet maybe someone? You might, but that's not what it's about. What it's about is getting you to the place where you're ready to meet someone, right? You're ready to do that. Rosalind Sadaka put a beautiful article out today about her journey. And it's funny because this all happened today. I had decided yesterday I was going to do a show a little bit about my journey and about what was happening with me, where I was going with things, and share it with everyone. And then all of a sudden, all this other stuff started happening, and people's stories have been coming out. And I thought, oh, I guess I'm on the right track. I'm supposed to be doing this. But she wrote a beautiful blog today about her journey and what she went through with regards to her divorce, and then moving forward and living her best life. And she's been very supportive of me, her sister, Amy Sherman. Both of them have a wonderful show. It's called Divorce, Dating, and Empowered Living. They've been on WGSN-DB since day one, and they're encouraged me all along to do something like this site. And so they're right there behind doing this. So I'm just blessed that we've got so many wonderful people. So I want to tell you that the doors are open for that. So if you want to join, but here's the thing, I'm going to give you a free membership. If you're listening to this show today and you would like to have a free membership, all you need to do is email me at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com and tell me that you would like a free membership for 1 year. If you email me, and I will tell you that it's new, we don't have a lot of people in it yet, but I know we will. But if you would like to be a part of it, you want a 1 year free membership into Going Solo Next Step, all you have to do is email me, tell me you want a free membership, and it's at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook, and I will get you the information so that you can join it. Okay, because we want to make sure that we are reaching out to our listeners, to the ones that we want to be loyal to you as you're loyal to us, right? That's really what it's all about. It's payback, right? It's pay it forward. And I heard I say pay it forward all the time. That's a whole concept of my whole you know, organization. And I'm hearing other people saying that too. So that's awesome. But we do want to give back, right? We do want, in order to be able to go forward, we have got to be able to give back to others. And that's what it's all about. So I hope that you will join me on this new site. We've got some other things under the works that we're going to be doing, and I'm excited about that, but I can't share everything with you because, you know, I'm a woman. We just keep some secrets to ourselves. So we are going to be doing some really fun things, but I do have Going Solo Next Step open, and you are welcome to join it. If you want to contribute to it financially, that is wonderful. There's a button on there. On WGSN, there's a button on our station. If you ever want to give a donation, we love it. We do a lot for people that you know, can't afford a membership, so we do give a lot of them away. So there will never be anyone on that, you know, wants to be part of our stuff that can't afford it. If they want to be a part of it, that's not a problem. So we'll work it out. But we do want to give back the best way we can by helping each other, and that's a cool thing. So Going Solo Next Step is open. I want you guys to know, if you want a free membership, just email me again at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com. Email me anyhow, because I like to get your emails. We've got some new shows that are going to be coming on board on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. You can reach that station on Going Solo Media. And oh, I want to share with you too something new that we have. We have a new platform called Going Solo Directory. So if anyone, any business person would like to be on our directory, all you have to do is join it. It's goingsolodirectory.com. You can join it there. You know, reach out to me if you would like to do a package. You can be on the. I can interview you on the show, on the station, Going Solo Network, and also we can give you a part of the package can be on the directory. So I'm happy to do that. We got a lot of really cool things happening, but the biggest thing is, you know, I hope that you take away tonight is the fact that your path is just not written, right? It's almost like having a storybook, right? And you're turning each page, and you don't know what the next page is, what's going to be on the next page, what's going to be in that next chapter. You have no idea how that story is going to end. So we have no idea how your story is going to end, but I'm looking forward to reading the chapters. So anyhow, this is Cece. We're going to have to wrap the show up. We've got Boy and Girl Thing, which is going to be fun. We're going to talk, and that's it's almost like a remake show. It's with Derek Bernard, and talk about a sexy voice. Oh my gosh, I could just listen to that man all night long. But he's got the most sexiest voice, ladies. You've got to tune in. But it's Boy and Girl Thing, and we're going to be on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Facebook page. That's where we normally broadcast from. So join us there. Support us in what we do. We appreciate it. And we're going to be talking about the 5 languages of love. Ooh. And I think that's very interesting. Now, that is a book that's out by Dr. Chapman, Dr. Gary Chapman. And so we're going to be talking about the 5 languages of love. And I think if we can start understanding our language of love, not only understanding ours, but also our potential partners, it'll certainly make that roller coaster ride a little bit smoother. So I'm looking forward to that show. So tune in for that one. It's right on after this one. And then after Boy and Girl Thing on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Facebook page, we're going to be having Arnie Fonseca. Arnie Fonseca has a wonderful new show out. It's Health, Love, and Life. And he's going to be talking about attracting your soulmate. And I know I'm going to be listening to that because I'm still single and I am available. And where is my soulmate? So we'll see. So I can't wait to find out about that. We have a lot of really great shows. We do a lot of our live broadcasting on Thursday nights on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Facebook page. So I hope that you will join us there every Thursday night. Starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we have a show, and then it just keeps going after that. On Tuesday nights, we're starting to broadcast more and more. We have the VET Veterans. It's a veterans show. It's VET streaming radio, and I'm very proud to have that. We also have another Going Solo Veterans show. I'm very proud to have the veterans shows with us. So, you know what? I came from thinking my life was over, right? Thinking I was going to die from cancer, which I wasn't. I was at the very early stages. But thinking that my life was just a bowl of poop to today loving where I'm at, right? Thinking about my future of where it's going to be, what I can accomplish, because I've just started, right? And the thing is when we allow ourselves to be creative, when we allow ourselves to like take the hat off, when we allow ourselves to step beyond what we ever imagined, and we have some faith along the way, it's amazing what we can accomplish. So my suggestion is, let's unite. Let's unite as friends. Let's create a bond together. We'll help each other. Whatever you're going through, let's make it happen. If you're in business and you need some help along the way, if you want to come on the show, if you want to be a guest, if you want to be a host, whatever you want to do. If you want to be on another broadcast, you know, like Life Improvement, I know we have Eric Romo listening to us on Life Improvement Radio. You want to be on his station? Let me know and I'll call him up and tell him. He'll figure it out. You know, it's not about who's this, who's that, who's whatever, who's better. It's not about that. It's about what's good for you, right? What's figuring out what's good for you. What's filling up what's good for you. Figuring out your core values and what's important to you. Figuring out the next step in your life, right? And going solo means you'll never have to be alone. That's what it means. Okay, I guess I got to wrap it up. But I love you guys. I'll see you next Thursday. You're going to catch me on WGSN-DB Going Solo Facebook page. And that's where I usually broadcast from. I just thought I'd do something a little bit quirky tonight. I'd come here and I'd try a couple different watch parties and things like that, and see what that is. You know, what is this watch party thing that Facebook is doing? So try to understand it a little bit more. But you know what? I would like for you to step out of your box, right? That's what Janet Tatum tells me, my good friend Janet Tatum. She tells me that I need to shake it up and step out of my box. And that's what I've been doing ever since I met her. So I hope that you'll take her advice. Her name is Janet Tatum. She also does healing of the hearts. And so if you're really going through some difficulties like that, she's a prayer counselor. She's awesome. And so if you need some help in that direction, definitely reach her. But I agree with her. I think she is spot on. I think you need to shake it up. I think you need to step out of your box. And I will see you, and we will unite on goingsolonextstep.com. I hope you will join me there. Again, if you'd like your free 1-year membership, all you've got to do is email me at goingsolonetwork@gmail.com, or check me out here on Facebook and let me know. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.